Tonight I'm going to show you how to make cheesesteak tacos. Okay, I'm going to chop a large sweet onion here. I'm going to chop this onion into small pieces. Make it mix into the steak a little better. So I'm only going to cut one bell pepper because I'm mostly the only one who really likes it in my cheesesteak. So I figure I'll just do a little bit of it compared to the onion. That way Justine doesn't complain too much about the pepper. And I'm going to do it the same way as the onion. I'm going to chop it into small bite-sized pieces so it'll cook a little faster and it'll blend in with the steak a little more. I'll start by cutting it into thin strips like this. Then I'm just going to take those strips, turn them, and just cut some bite-sized pieces out of it. I'm sure there's a better way to do that with better knife skills, but I don't care. So on to the griddle with all of this. Griddle has been preheating on high. I know, I love the smell of onion and pepper. So our grocery store sells this pre-shaved beef steak that's perfect for making cheesesteak sandwiches and stir fries and things like that. If your store doesn't sell that, you can just as easily make this. Just buy a steak. You can do a sirloin or whatever it is that you like, and then stick it in the freezer for a little bit. Don't let it freeze completely solid, but let it kind of get stiff, and then just cut really thin slices off of it. That sticking it in the freezer will make it cut really easily, and then you can cut your thin slices so you can have some shaved beef just like this. So once you've got some color going on your onions and peppers here, just like that, we're going to throw our beef on right there with it. And for these tacos, we got 2 pounds of shaved beef. So I'm turning my heat down just a little now that the meat's on, because I just don't want the meat to completely overcook. We're just going to work on pulling this apart. See how that just kind of comes apart into nice little shaved bits. We're going to season this up with some of our Blackstone. I'm just using the Essentials blend from Blackstone. I really didn't want that cheesesteak seasoning in here. I think that's a little bit too strong of a flavor. Essentials will get it nice and salty without adding too much flavor to it. And that's starting to look really good. What do you think? We're just going to let this cook until all that pink is gone. I'm going to throw down some of this Texas Roadhouse steak sauce. I'm not going to do a whole lot of this, but just a little, just to add a little bit of flavor to my steak mixture here. You can, of course, use more or less, depending on how you like it. I know my wife likes A1 on her Philly's cheesesteaks. And so add a little bit of it to this. Ooh, that smells good though. All right. So now that our meat is cooked, I'm going to pull it off and just put it in a bowl and set it to the side. I don't want it to overcook while I'm making the tacos. All right, so I've scraped down my griddle, get all that steak goodness off. I'm going to throw down some oil here. I like to have some oil on my tortillas because it kind of helps get them nice and crispy. These are kind of like a quesadilla taco. We're going to get them kind of crispy, get that cheese all melty on them. We're just using some white quesadilla cheese. You, of course, can use whatever cheese you like, depending on how you like your cheesesteaks. I wanted something that just melted really nicely for the quesadilla. Okay, so once we got that down, now we're going to come in with our cheesesteak here. Throw that down in each taco. Just put it on half there. You know, we need to fill these things up. I don't need to not be skimpy. And then we of course like Duke's Mayo on our cheesesteak, so I got some squirty kind of mayo. So I could do a little squirt of mayo on my cheesesteak taco just like that. Of course, if you don't want this on your taco, you can skip this part, but I think a cheesesteak is just even better with mayo on it. Now, let's seal them up. Ooh, look at that. Okay, we're gonna want to get these off quick because they're crisping up pretty good. We're gonna pull these off, and they're ready to serve. There they are, cheesesteak tacos. All we have left is to try them and get a big one.